Next comes the chapter Solitude. Thoreau's house often had visitors because he never locked his doors, and there was no need to lock them because there was nothing valuable in the room. He said, "When I returned home, I found that visitors had been here and left their business cards, either a bunch of flowers, an ivy wreath, or a signature written on a yellow walnut leaf or small wood chip. Those who seldom come to the forest often take a small part of the forest in their hands and play with it along the way, intentionally or unintentionally leaving it behind." Have you ever picked branches in the forest and made them into a wreath? This is what Thoreau said that people who seldom come to the forest like to do, and they often left the wreath in his house. Everyone thought it was very interesting that they could went into such a good-looking cottage as long as they pushed the door open and there was no one inside, so people often came to his place. I can often tell when a traveler passes by on the road outside, more than 60 rods away, by the smell of their pipe. When you're out in nature, your sense of smell becomes sharper. What have I done to deserve all this forest, untouched for square miles around me, with not a soul to dispute my claim? My nearest neighbor is a mile away, and from my small hilltop you can't see a single house in any direction except from the top of a neighboring hill half a mile away. I have the woods to myself, with the horizon demarcated by marked by the wood, with a view of distant railroad tracks, one side touching the shore of a pond, and the other bounded by the enclosing fence of a woodland path. It feels like I have my own sun, moon, and stars, and a little world all to myself. Once, a few weeks after I first settled here, I was uneasy for an hour or so, wondering if peaceful and healthy living required nearby neighbors. Solitude can be disquieting at times, but I realized I was in an odd mood and knew it would pass. In a gentle rain, as these thoughts prevailed, I suddenly felt how sweet and tender nature is. In the patter of raindrops, in every sight and sound around my house, there was an immense and immeasurable friendship enveloping me like the atmosphere. The imagined benefits of company seemed inconsequential, and I never felt that way again. Many of us fear solitude when choosing to live alone in the wilderness. We are afraid of this. We believe people should live together. Thoreau had these thoughts too, but they quickly passed. I've spent pleasant hours in long thunderstorms of spring or autumn, when I was shut up indoors for a whole afternoon and morning by the thunderstorms. The ceaseless roar and downpour soothed me. With the early twilight ushering in a long evening, there's time for many thoughts to take root and unfold. The northeast wind with the pouring rain beats upon the houses in the village. When maidservants are standing at the door with mop and pail to keep the floods out, I am sitting securely at my door, enjoying its protection. My whole house has a single entrance. I can understand this feeling well. The more you own, the more you have to look after. But Thoreau's house by Walden Pond has only one entrance and was built on a slope. When the villagers are busy combating the flood, he can sit there, enjoying the rain and listening to its sound. I find that for most of the time, being alone is beneficial to health. Even with the best of company, it quickly becomes tedious and distracting. I enjoy solitude. I've never found a companion that was as easy to get along with as solitude. In most cases, we feel more lonely in a crowd than when we are alone at home. Social interactions are often cheap. We meet each other so frequently that there's no time to gain any new value to share. We meet for 3 meals a day and make each other taste the stale and moldy cheese again. That is what we do. We have to follow a set of rules called etiquette or politeness, which makes these frequent meetings bearable, preventing us from going to war with each other. We meet at the post office, at social gatherings, and in front of the fireplace every night. We live densely, getting in each other's way, and tripping each other up, and I think that's how we lose respect for each other. Of course, if it's the most important and sincere communication, a rare event is enough. Like Thoreau's exchange with Channing and Emerson, doing it occasionally is enough. You don't have to be together every day. There's not much to say. And you should know that Thoreau didn't have an electric lamp at the time. If he had walked into such a modern life with well-developed communication, he might have gone crazy immediately. I have many companions at home, especially when no one visits in the morning. Let me give you an example. Maybe some kind of comparison will explain my situation. I'm not lonelier than the diving bird laughing in the lake, nor than Walden Lake itself. I'd like to ask, what lonely Walden Lake have as a companion? During the long winter nights when snowflakes swirl and winds rage through the woods, I occasionally have a visitor, a long-time resident and the original owner. It's said that he dug out Walden Pond, lined it with stones, and planted pine trees around it. He tells me stories, old and new. Even without apples or apple cider, we managed to enjoy a pleasant evening with the joy of social and optimistic views on things. He's a wise and humorous friend whom I greatly admire. As for who this old resident truly is, there's no further information to verify. According to Thoreau, he dug out Walden Pond, leading some to speculate he might be the god Pan, a deity in nature in Greek mythology in charge of flocks and shepherds. Thoreau believed this deity would come to visit him. This is part of his experience of solitude.